Yo, being completely honest, outreach sucks. And it's the reason why I got into growth operating in the first place. And it's probably why you got into this industry as a whole too, because you only need 2 or 3 clients to make over 6 figures in a month. And so that means that you only need to do a little bit of outreach. But that little bit of outreach can be pretty tough if you have no social proof or you're completely new into this game. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to break through that because I was able to do so. I literally have an Indian first name and like 1,900 followers on Instagram. And I posted all of my posts this year just so I can look pretty credible on IG. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I did in the beginning. It's called the matrix model, and how I was able to sign over 20 clients this year at 20 years old, with only 4 of those clients generating over $8 million in cash, paying my agency over $1.3 million this year alone. So I'm gonna show you exactly how to find the right clients, how to prospect them, how to set up a competitor list, and then ultimately how to send that first text to ensure that they respond. From there, where you should take that conversation, and then how to turn that conversation to a book call and ultimately a deal close for your agency. So if you follow this process, you should be on a fast track way to start booking at least 3 to 5 calls per week. If you follow everything I do to a T, to be able to do so, I recommend you have a notebook, have something to take notes with, and ultimately dial the fuck in, because this is pure sauce. I've never released this before, but I'm willing to give it to you because why not? And so needless to say, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and let's jump straight into it. Jumping in, you're probably wondering, what is the matrix model? And it is a system. It's not just one specific strat. And so I'm gonna go over everything that you need to know about the matrix model, how it works, and turn you into this guy right here, man behind all these screens, the man with the plan. And just for some credibility and some proof, I obviously blurred my name out for some of these, or just at least put my tag on here. But you can see from September 1st, 2025 to November 23rd, which is about a week ago, you can see 2.9 or 2 million in cash. And then you got 4 million in this CRM. You got my name right there. And then you got another 1.6 right here. That's my business partner Grant. It's a trading offer. And then you got another offer right here that has about 900,000 in cash. So alongside 4 offers alone, that is $8 million in cash collected at 15 to 20% rev share. Some of them differ for different things. Some we run paid ads for, whatever. And that's 1.3 mil for my agency. And I'm literally 20 years old, and I don't have like some crazy IG. Like I literally have 1,900 followers. Some of you guys watching this probably have more followers than me. And this is my IG page. I literally have an Indian name. And so jumping into here, I'll show you guys exactly why the system works, how it works, and how you can do it. But before we jump in, I want you to understand that not all niches are equal. Some print money and some burn time. And the same amount of time it takes for one of my clients to do $2 million in cash and pay me, XYZ, 300-400K, is the same amount of time it's going to take you to take a client from 0 to 30K in a month and only receive 45 $100 for that month pay. So I'm gonna show you exactly how to sign high value clients, high paying clients that actually are worth your time. And so jumping in, I want you to understand what good niches are for beginners. And the basic way to understand it is, for some guys, info is their only business. We can talk about like the Sam Millsap. We can talk about, some of the guys in the space who do coaching for coaches. And so their business margins are their lifestyle, their cars, their this, their this, their this. And sometimes when it gets to like actually paying reps, paying, operators like you, it gets into a tough situation. So those are offers that I wouldn't recommend, right? Breath coach offers, or offers that aren't necessarily biz op, because those guys aren't making money externally. Their whole business is what they're doing. And so they're going to be a headache to work with. They're going to be breathing down your neck the whole time. And they're just fucking broke individuals most of the time anyways. So work with people who are biz op offers with clear offers, high demand, and easy funnels that make sense for people coming in. Money creators, because they have bread. They're going to pay your setup. They're going to do whatever you need them to do. And then agency owners, right? They're always overloaded. They always need systems. They always need help. And so even if that's stepping into an agency, learning what they do, and then from there, positioning yourself as your own agency and jumping off of that. And then the biggest niche for me and what makes me a lot of money is the trading and investing educators. That is, you can work with prop firms and do their marketing. You can work with trading coaches. You can work with algo offers, like those print cash, right? That's the fundamental of it. But I also want you to understand, like looking at this, you're probably, questioning yourself, what niche should I jump into? What shouldn't I? And I want you to understand that picking a niche is not permanent, right? You can always switch after 10 days, 20 DMs, whatever. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Switch, right? Because certain people, certain stuff is going to click with them. I traded for a little bit in the back, back in the day. So I understand the terminology, et cetera. I understand the mindset of a trader, and I just click with traders. So I stuck to it, right? Bad niches for beginners, brand new creators, right? If they're not in the make money niches, brand new creators are going to be hell to work with. They have no proof of concept, no trust in themselves, no credibility. So even if you do sign them, it's going to be hard to sell their audience. And they also don't have bread, so they're not going to pay you the setups. coaches making under 5K a month. Why are you making under 5K a month? Like, especially in the info gold rush, that's embarrassing. Beauty, makeup, like if you're a dude, just don't even touch that shit. It doesn't even make sense for you. Crypto bros with no offers, high scam probability. You might get scammed. They're probably scamming their guys. You get associated, like just leave that alone. Fitness coaches, Samuel Sepp, that's all I'm gonna say. Do your research. Drop shippers with no system, they're almost always scammers. Don't associate yourself with a scam offer. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your money. Even if you're gonna make a shit ton of money, it's not worth it scamming people. Like, that is just embarrassing shit, and you're gonna ruin your rep, and you're not gonna be able to make money after your launch or whatever you do with this guy. And then motivation influencers and TikTok only virality creators. Those guys are literally low bottom barrel bullshit. Like, they're just working with young kids. Their whole audience is India, and it's just not worth your time. Now, obviously, there's good and bad niches. And so within these niches, it's very situational. So you're going to look at the signals, right? Just external signals, looking at their engagement, looking at their comments, looking at what people are asking them on YouTube. A bunch of different aspects like this are going to show you whether it's a good offer to work on or whether it's bad. And so you basically want to ensure that they're profitable and easy to close, and that they could potentially pay a setup if you're pitching a setup and that's part of your offer, right? So you can look at if they're making 10 to 15K, 50K per month, and you'll be able to analyze that just by looking at their funnel, looking at some of their engagement, basically seeing if, hey, does this guy have a big audience that wants his product or does he not, right? And then if they're posting content consistently, you can assume that their info is doing pretty well and that they're actually bought into the business model. They have a big pain clarity problem, right? Where you can literally see like an issue within their funnel that is super blatant, that if they saw it, they'd almost feel embarrassed. Their back end's a mess. They've tried agencies before and failed. They complain about show rate. Like, some people literally go on their IG stories, or, you know, when you're going through their funnel, like funnel hacking, you'll see like, hey, like if you don't show up, you know, you'll never be able to reschedule. You can assume that they have a show rate issue. And then some bad signals that, like, it's obviously in red, it says strong signals as well, but is that they're less than one post a week. Just super shit engagement. Like, maybe it's a bunch of YNs. They don't have a funnel yet. It's literally just like a type form or something like that. No revenue net, no clear offer. They're consistently switching their offers out. You see that a lot with like mindset coaches, breathwork coaches, like stuff like that. Just leave it alone. If there's no clarity within it and you're literally looking at this guy's like page and you're like, what the fuck is this? It's literally just not worth your time, you know, if you couldn't guess. But if you see the strong signals and you're within these good niches and the creator has good engagement, almost like a cult-like following, then you are dialed. Now, once you see these strong signals, there's going to be 3 filters to look at, right? And it's product-based, right? Whether they sell a high-ticket offer, or maybe they have a low-ticket community, or even a free, you know, community with like testimonials, case studies, proof of concept. And then the other one is that they have demand, right? So you're looking at people in their comments asking questions, a decent like cult-like following, people, you know, potentially like in their DMs, like they're talking about all their DMs are blowing up, or limited spots, or whatever it is that you're seeing. That's a good sign that, you know, you're going to be able to make money with these guys. And then filter 3 is they have a conversion problem. So you're going through the funnel, you're auditing. Maybe their, you know, funnel's shitty. Maybe their type form has, you know, super shitty questions. Maybe their sales team just absolutely sucks. These are things that you're going to be able to build off of and actually get a, you know, deal across the line with. If the guy has a perfect funnel and he's already maximizing the amount of cash he can do with his audience, then you're just going to waste your time. So it's not worth wasting your time. So make sure that they actually have a problem, they have the demand, and then they ultimately have something to sell. If you have all these 3 things, then from there you can jump into the trifecta. So now that we understand the 3 filters, we can move down into the outreach trifecta, which is a 3-system sequence, right? You have IG DMs, you have email outreach, and then you have the warm market and comment strategy, which we're going to go over everything. Your goal by understanding this trifecta is basically building a competitor list of 40 to 70 people, and that's going to be in the comments down below. In the description, you'll see exactly where you can get that basic like competitor list that you can map out. So jumping into here, I want you to understand the IG DMs and why they're the #1 channel. Right, so this is the outreach trifecta. It is a system and a way for you to ultimately maximize this matrix model, ensuring that you're hitting people from all directions, making sure that they see you, hear you, and ultimately either buy or deny your offer. So within the outreach trifecta, there is 3 different systems. There's warm market / comment strategy, which we're going to dive into. There's IG direct messages, and then there's email outreach, right? So jumping into the main one, which is going to be IG direct messages, you can see why IG is #1, right? Founders read IG DMs more than emails, especially in this market of info products. It's easy to show proof, easy to send Looms, easy to basically just have a conversation. You can send voice notes. You can build like parasocial familiarity, which is basically showcasing that you know what you're talking about, you are a real person, and that they can actually fuck with you, because this is a business partnership. If they're not going to fuck with you, then there's no reason for them to want to work with you, right? And so you want to stay personal, not corporate. You get faster response times, and you ultimately get that buy or deny way quicker, which means you can either move on through your contact list or just stay on them with the follow-up, right? And so how to identify founders in this game, if you haven't done it before, it might not make a lot of sense, but for most of you guys, I'm sure you have. And so it's literally just checking their highlights, making sure that they're selling a program, they have a link in their bio or something. Maybe go look at their YouTube, see if they have a Typeform or anything like that. Watch how often they sell, on their stories. Make sure you turn on story notifications so that as soon as they post, you can swipe up and comment something, which we'll go over what you can comment. See if they, post VSL clips, or they have a VSL on their landing page, testimonial reels, like the whole nine, right? You analyze that this guy is in the niche, he's in the game, he has a product, and he has an audience, right? So from there, once you have that trifecta, once you analyze that you have an IG lead, mark it down. The whole goal here off of this trifecta is ultimately building a competitor list of 70 people, and I'll have a competitor list listed down below. Now, another sequence that you can use is email outreach. It's something that is completely underrated. There's low competition. It's easy to automate, and it's a little bit more professional if you're going after certain niches that are an older demographic, or maybe even the actual founder of that business is a little bit older and they're more bound to answer their emails. It's a great way to get in contact with people. I've seen people sign like tens of clients off of just emails. And so the offers that respond to emails well is going to be B2B programs, scaling offers, hiring offers, creator operators, and then SaaS founders, right? So a lot of more like professional corporate style businesses are going to have an email team that's actively responding. If you go and email, TJR, like I really doubt he's going to respond. And so just use that, as you will. And a great way to find email finders is you can literally use a scraper off of like Fiverr, hire someone to scrape data. You can go on YouTube. Most people have their emails linked in there. Some people have email linked on IG. So many different ways, newsletter, like plethora of ways. If you wanted to get someone's email, it's pretty simple, or you can find people that can help you do that. And then the next step is warm market and comment strategy. This is a little bit different, and this goes deeply into the matrix model, right? Where you're replying to stories, you're commenting on posts, you're quoting their content, engaging with their community, maybe joining their free Discord, maybe their paid Discord, and they're seeing you around. Maybe they're hearing your name, they're seeing your profile pic, and it's a familiarity thing where if they hear about you once, like their curiosity is going to be intrigued if they do see a DM. But if you're a complete stranger, they're not going to want to talk to you. And so diving a little bit deeper into that, I want you to understand, and this is a psychological thing, some of these creators, like once you build this lead list of 40 to 70 people, we're focusing and honing down on these guys. You don't need 100 people and sending all these DMs every single day. The strategy is build a network, find people's sales managers, find people's sales team, follow them, have them follow you back. And so now when you're sending DMs to your competitor list, they see that you have mutuals with them, and their likelihood of actually responding is way higher. And so what I recommend is go through their following and not only use their following to send cold outreach to other creators or to do your lead prospecting, use their following list to actually basically connect with people that they know and try to engagement farm. And so the same way that you're going into here, replying to stories, commenting on posts, quoting their content, engaging with their communities, do that with their friends. Swipe up on their friends' stories, have them try to follow you back. And then as you're building a following of their friends, you're going to have a higher likelihood of closing that client. And for reference, one of my biggest clients, Mamba Effects, it took me 3 months to actually close that client, but it still made me multi six figures. And so was it worth it in the end? Yes. And so this is a longer ecosystem style close. It's the reason why we call it a matrix model, because you're literally hitting people from all angles, from their friends, from their stories, from their comments, from their communities, from email, from outreach, DMs, voice notes, Loom videos, the whole nine. And it makes it so likely for you to actually get in front of them and close that deal. And so you got to strategize it. And that is the basic foundation of the matrix model. But jumping into here, it's like, I want you guys to understand there's super shit opening messages that I've seen, and I get hit with them every single day. It's like, hey, just audited your funnel. There's 2-3 bottlenecks costing you book calls every day. What I do as a founder is I look at your profile picture and I know that you're broke, and I will call you a faggot for texting me some shit like that. Because who are you to tell me that I'm doing something wrong? And that's not me being an asshole. That is the mindset of these founders. They have egos. They have egos. I personally don't have an ego, but they have egos, and they look and judge. And that's what they do. And so if you send them like this as well, your application to call ratio is way lower than it should be. If you want, I can show you what's causing it. Dude, do you know how many Indians are sending that same DM? It's not gonna work. And I don't understand why people think it's gonna work. I don't know why you guys send me that stuff. Like, it literally just doesn't work. Who are you to tell me what my call ratio is? You don't even have that data on hand. Why would you send some, notice your setters or closers are tracking KPIs? Like, these like super analytical bullshit DMs are never ever gonna get you a deal closed. And if you're sending shit like this, like, click off this video, because you will it doesn't even make sense logically. Why are you sending people stuff like that? Like, that's not a good opening message. A good opening message, and this is stuff that we've used to close clients, and it sounds crazy, but I can use it, right? Like, if I see someone who's like, hot up or Arab, whatever you want to say, I'll say like, yo, Habibi, drop an emoji in there, make them laugh, make them like, bro, these guys are tired of people just like DMing them bullshit and trying to basically just like either scam them for their money, scam them for, like, just be a normal person, adopt who you are as a person. Maybe you're some like crypto geek. Maybe you're just going after crypto offers. Cool. Use some crypto language, make them laugh. Like, make these people, like, here's another humor problem. Do you ever wonder why it's always the most broke people saying that buying Rolex is a waste of money? You'd be like, why would that work? But you're not trying to sell someone. You're trying to trigger a response. You're trying to build a relationship. Your job is partnering with people's businesses. No one brings a business partner in their business without knowing them, without liking them, without understanding who they are. That's a great way to start a relationship, by making someone laugh. If I got a DM someone saying like, you know, why do I'm not gonna say anything about fat people, but like, why does a chicken cross the road? That's a joke you hear all the time. I'll be like, why? I want to see what he has to say. Why? Let's hear it. I want to laugh. My day's already so tough, right? I want to laugh. Make me laugh. So it's like, you guys got to understand, from like these founders' perspectives, they're tired of being pitched. They're tired of being sold on a dream. They just want friends in this industry. They want friends in this game. Right. And then another strategy that you can use, if you're not doing adapting to ICP, or you're not doing a curiosity/humor poll, you can do an ego stroke. Ego strokes work really well because these guys have egos, as we said. So you lean into their ego, and then from there you can do a corrective action. So, not to glaze, this is hard. How long have you been mentoring for? It's all glaze, right? But once you move on from there, you can hit them with the proof asset scripts, right? They're gonna be like, oh, I've been mentoring for XYZ. Cool, dude. Well, I've been breaking down like funnels from top operators, bro. I feel like there's some things that you could be doing to literally add like 100K next month. Genuinely, bro. No bullshit. I would be so intrigued to see what you have to send me. And a lot of you guys would be too, right? Or another thing is like, you know, they answer, yo, Habibi, yo, what's good? Yo, dude, are you doing one-on-one mentorship, bro? I was looking at your funnel, bro. I couldn't see it, right? And then you hit him with the proof asset script, right? Well, dude, I noticed that you're probably like leaking like at least like 100K, like genuinely, bro. And it's from XYZ, right? And it's from this, that, or the third. You can send a voice note or send a Loom video. Don't text it. No one wants to see that shit over text. Use conviction, use confidence, and really tell these motherfuckers that, hey, you're losing 50K this month off of XYZ, and really pinpoint that issue. And so the way to do that, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how in a little bit, is basically just by doing funnel audits, right? Do funnel audits, genuinely become a student of the game and understand what it is that you're trying to do, right? Another one is the sales team angle. Dog, crying emoji. I hope it's just a rough day, but your setter is terrible. Bro, my creator literally gets messages like this all the time because he doesn't really understand the space, and our closers are really hard closers. And it's always the broke people, right? But he'll always respond to these messages. And so I'm telling you guys this from insider info. If you go and funnel hack someone, you get on a call with their closer and setter, dude, if you text an offer owner one of these texts and you can tell that they don't have DM setters, you're in. Every single time you're in that motherfucker. And especially if you recorded the call or you recorded the setting conversation, you're in. Trust me. I've done it so many times. So use this, either adapt to ICP, curiosity with a humor poll, ego stroke, or a sales team angle, basically showing them like, yo, dude, this shit's fucked. And then from there, you hit them with the proof asset scripts, right? And these always need to be Loom video. They always need to be voice note with just the utmost confidence, bro. No questioning, no stuttering. Just come in and just rip their shit apart, and they will trust you. From there, transition to a call. No more buddy stuff. Just straight to a call. Hey, if you want, I can walk you through the audit on a call. It'll take 10 minutes. You'll know exactly what needs fixing. Or option B, easier to show you visually. You want to go over on a 10-minute call. Option C, I can run you through the fixes on a call, but I only do these 1 to 2 times a week. Want to hop on. Don't do want to slot. I guess that's bullshit. I don't know why that's in there. But just like super conversational. Yo, let's get on a call, bro, and I'll show you exactly what to do. Like no strings. And then obviously if you need to follow up, you follow up. And that's super simple. Following up is literally just send them screenshots of revenue, send them whatever. Like, if you're actually getting conversations through the door and you don't know how to follow up, then shoot me a text on Instagram. I'll show you exactly. I'll give you assets that you can literally use, like revenue screenshots of like 30K in a day, a bunch of different stuff. And then from there, I want you to understand like these are strategies that we use still today. So we'll do a funnel breakdown, right? Screenshot their funnel, highlight their bottlenecks, and add simple labels, like where they're losing cash, where they're losing money. That's the only thing they care about. They don't care about design. They don't care about how it looks, functionality, and how they're losing bread. And since you're doing funnel audits, you're going to see good funnels and you're going to see bad funnels, and you will know how to pinpoint bad ones and good ones, right? So you can look at their application strat. You can look at their load time on their funnel. Maybe it takes 3 seconds for their whole funnel to load because they have a bunch of videos on there. That's an issue. That's going to lose a bunch of engagement. So really analyze this to a T and use ChatGPT, submit their funnel to ChatGPT, see what it says, and then use that data to come back with them super analytically, and you will have an easier time booking calls. Another thing is industry benchmarks. If you're doing audits and you're looking at podcasts and like understanding what the industry is doing as a whole, you're going to see way more experience, and you're going to be way more trusted in this game. If you know that Warrior Babes did 5 mil last month, and you're talking to a fitness creator who's doing 10K in a month, and you're telling him, hey, this is what they're doing to do 5 mil literally last month alone, and you're struggling to do 10K within 30 days, this is what we can do to fix it. I would trust you. I would pull out my credit card. Like, it's a logical thing, bro. If you know something that they don't know and you have the data and the proof to show it, they will want to work with you. They will want to trust you. Another thing is audit reframes, right? You can look at this alone is costing you 5 to 10 calls a week. Your follow-up delay is costing 60 minutes. Your setter not picking up or not calling me within fucking an hour of me submitting an application is me losing my interest. It's me applying to other offers. It's me closing on another offer because they're doing live calls and you're sitting there waiting for me to show up on a call that I just no-show to. It's a bunch of different stuff. And all of these are going to be sent in Loom or voice note format. So you can literally just go and start recording the voice note and just utmost confidence. Use your deepest voice, bro. I know some of you guys are young, like 15, 16. Use your big boy voice, right? And just come in there with the utmost confidence and you will get deals across the line. Here is a, like a format that you can basically say like, yo, bro, my name's Bilal. Hope it's good, bro. First of all, I got to say you're really doing your thing. That's the ego stroke, right? Content's clean, bro. Your brand is on point and people clearly fuck with you. I see it in your comments all day. You've got something most people never get, which is trust and attention at scale, which is why I wanted to send this, right? I went through your funnel from start to finish, content, page to checkout, and honestly, you're leaving thousands of dollars, bro. And you obviously don't have a views problem. You just have a system problem, which is the good news. You can literally fix it, and I promise you'll literally get like $100,000 next month just in left cash. And the reason why is because I'm seeing this drop off and this drop off and this drop off. And you're giving actual data, bro. Don't just tell them like, if they're not gonna make $100K next month off the shit that you're gonna fix, don't say it. Tell them realistically, bro. Is it 30K? Is it 40? Like, what are they leaving on the table? And what are the metrics that made you come up with that number, right? And then basically just show them exactly what it is. Be like, dude, like you're obviously crushing it on social media. You're doing your thing with content. You're pushing, reels every single day. You need to have a dialed system just as dialed as you are to ensure you're maximizing the cash and LTV per view that you get, per lead that comes into the funnel, right? And so if you want to learn how to like stop leaving the cash on the table, bro, I can show you exactly what I would do to fix it. And we've done it for like tens of other guys. And so just keep it super chill, bro. But if you went through the sequence of making them laugh in the beginning, right, and just being a friend, and you have a couple mutuals because you did the audit farm through the matrix model, or like not the audit farm, the clout farm through the matrix model, and then you're having just a chill conversation, you're showing them exactly what they did wrong, and then you're sending a voice note or Loom video so they can hear your voice, see that you actually know what you're talking about, show them with utmost confidence that you know what you're doing, you will have an insanely successful time with the outreach strat. It will completely push you away from like all the other Indians, all the younger kids that don't know what they're doing, and you will have a bigger chance at closing deals, right? So another thing that I was going to say, and I'm zooming into this, use emojis. I don't know why it works. Use emojis in most of your starting DMs. Just use emojis. Take my word for it. You're going to come back to this video and be like, damn, this kid knows what he's talking about. From there, once you understand this, right, you understand that from the founder's perspective, they don't want just another kid trying to pitch them his dream. They want a friend. They want someone who knows someone that they know, right? They want a network. They want a partner ultimately that can see their long-term growth. Then you can understand this, right? And you can start doing this. Build a competitor list, the 40 to 70 that we talked about. And I'm going to give you exactly like how to build it out. And there's a framework down below. And then do 5 to 10 funnel audits every single day where you're understanding, hey, this is what works. This is what doesn't work. This is how I can improve this funnel. This is what this funnel is missing, so that you can become an expert in this space and be able to analyze guys. And when you're sending these Loom videos, you have actual metrics and data that you can come with. And then 20 IG DMs per day, minimum. That's literally like minimum, please, right? And then 10 comments on niche content. So find creators that are super niche, comment on their shit, engage with their shit. In the long term, those are going to be free guys that you can close because they've seen you, they've heard you, they know you're engaging with their stuff long term, and they know that you actually care. They would want to partner with you if you can show them stats, right? And then at least 5 follow-ups per day. Super simple. Send them a follow-up, maybe another Loom video, maybe another voice note. Just check in on them, maybe just happy holidays, right? Build the relationships. If you go at it with that angle of, hey, I'm going to build a relationship, then you will have a way more successful time at this. And, even the referral game is going to be way more keen for you because they're going to want to refer you. They know how you treat them long term, and they're going to want to push you over to their friends and things like that. With this whole system that we just talked about, this matrix model, your weekly output goal should be about 3 to 5 book calls. Sounds insane? Try it and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. From there, if you want to automate this whole sequence, there's a strat that you can do, which my agency does currently. It's the reason why we have so much data on outreach and we know exactly what works today. We have 2 guys from Fiverr that one person does automatic lead scraping off of YouTube. So we find different niche creators that are primarily trading because that's our niche, but they'll have anywhere from like 5,000 to 50,000 subscribers with at least 3,000 views per YouTube video, and then they have an IG that's way smaller. So what we do is we know those smaller IGs aren't getting hit with DMs, and so these YouTube traders and these YouTube content creators that are obviously they have the better leads because they have long form nurture. People trust them, people are subscribed to them, they actually want to see them and hear them for hours at a time. Those leads are way more pivotal, and that's even on the niches like breath work. The niches that we typically say are shit, we say they're shit because most of their content is short form, and so the leads that come through that system are ass. But when it comes to YouTube leads, they're all long form, so people are nurtured. They actually, trust the creator, they trust the process, and they actually want to pivot. And so if you do that, you automate the lead scraping and you automate the first message text on IG DMs, which is whatever your first message is, whether it's a humor text, whether it's a yo-yo, whatever it is that you want to do, then as soon as you get that response from a creator, you take it over with a voice note, take it over with a Loom video, boom, skyrocketing. Your response rate, your booking rate, everything is going to skyrocket and you'll be able to crush it. So basically, to summarize that, get your 70 lead lists, have someone lead scraping and adding to that list every week, and then at the same time have someone automating your first message. So they're going through that lead list and they're sending that first message, whatever that first message may be for you. For me, it's always been like a yo-yo, or it's been yo habibi, or just something funny. And then, as soon as I get a response on my phone, I'll send a voice note and I'll be able to, either do a Loom video as well or whatever it may be. But that is the best way to actually crush it in this game. And I'm talking from data. I'm talking from, doing over 1.3 million in profits with my agency this year alone, leveraging this exact same system, just being a little bit more smart about outreach, a little bit more careful, and putting a little bit more time and focus into it will deem you so much return. And so that's all I got for you guys. If this helped you, then go ahead and subscribe. If you have any questions or anything like that, then just leave them down below or shoot me an IG DM. I'll leave my IG down below. But I wish you guys all the best. You guys are all going to crush it. Let's finish off this year strong, and let's get to it, gang. Peace.